Uh, Hello, mighty people, and welcome back to today's Better Than Wolves episode. My name's Standing Coda, and at the end of the last episode, after I finished, I had a quick look around. I came around this corner, I dropped down here, and what I've noticed is that there is a stump, a cut down tree. And what this possibly means is that this was, and there's already um, a spider's web. Now, what I am struggling with is how on earth I'm going to get down from here. Um, yes. It's possible. Ow. But, okay. Oh, I remember this spot. Oh my goodness. Okay. Um, yep. I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness. Okay. Um, I know exactly this area. The little ravine mine extraction base was over the other side there. This was the, no, sorry, it's up ahead here. That was the first tree that we punched. Um, okay. It's currently already almost midday. And this snow is going to make everything slower. However, I do not want to spend too long in range of where I died. And I want to get there as quick as possible. There's the forest fire that brought us a lot of turmoil, to say the least. Okay, now I don't know if Better Than Wolves deletes your items on death. Oh, dearie me. No, that doesn't make any sense. So what we have here is okay. Oh my goodness. Um, a very interesting predicament indeed. Um, so we've been jump started with 2 iron nuggets. The biggest benefit here is the 2 ovens. However, we have absolutely no food. Unfortunately, I do think tonight will be the fishing night, and that's what we were confirming at the end of the last episode. When we unfortunately met our demise. Oh, it would have been smart to, while that torch was still burning, we could have definitely lit the oven here. Now, because we have the brick ovens, we don't have to watch our food as closely, in terms of letting the food burn. Okay. we'll seal ourselves in here with nothing more than our charred remains to eat. Oh, goodness me. Oh, goodness me indeed. Okay, so we had a bit of a circle drawn for us, and it feels like that last run where we got spawned in the desert, then we had the whole village, and it feels like the entire time that I was up there, in the back of my mind while I was playing, I was just trying to get back to this point. And then we got back to the point where we had enough bricks for ovens. We were pretty well set up. And eventually what occurred was, you know, well, we got back to here. That was, you know, kind of where the subconscious was playing towards. So instead, I think this run, our goal should be a lot more long term. And that goes back to what we were discussing with the windmill and the hemp. And once we get to the later game stage, what we do really need to be doing is continually mining for hemp as we're progressing along. And these types of setbacks are going to happen the entire time that we're playing Better Than Wolves. Like even when we get a windmill and stuff, there's a possibility that we're going to die. We may not. However, you know, the game will go the way it goes. Even when we get to the later stages, we have like full-fledged farms set up. Basically everything before we defeat the Wither. And get a nether star so that we can try and build a soulforge beacon. And that's when we get the chance or the ability to actually anchor our spawn, is a beacon in this game. And beacon. So obviously we need the nether star to build this. To do that, you have to defeat the Wither. like in all versions of Minecraft, I believe. And once you build the beacon, you can't just use regular block materials. You have to use soul forged steel blocks, which are, my god. You make them on a soul forge. Now, the soul forge you find in the nether. And is quite the process to unlock there. Now, I'm a bit worried that I don't have enough fuel for the night. Anyways, if we run out of fuel, we run out of fuel, I guess. Can always let in. Let in some of the moonlight. Oh, okay. I don't know if that's waxing or waning. Almost as if we skipped a night. Anyways. My goodness, what a tall tree. Well, this is nice. Get bent, Mr. Skeleton. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Okay. should actually check if that oven is... Oh yeah, all the way out by now, okay. Well, what we're looking for is more food. Oh, and Wolfie was sitting down. Otherwise, I imagine Wolfie would teleport to us. So Mr. Wolfie's all alone. Now we know that we were at the north of a continent because of the North Star. Oh, but we also could have just been on a continent south of us that had finished. Oh my goodness. Me and desert villages, what are the chances? Okay. Oh. Coal's always good to carry around. Turn into a torch and carry around this early on. I'm very eager to get back up to where we were, however, it's also important to realize that you know, Better Than Wolves is definitely a marathon. Oh, there's a jungle there. And what I mean to say is that we don't want to spend our whole time sprinting. Now, are there zombies? Oh, yes. Okay. Let's start heading back to the base. Oh, we already have a... Either case. Mm. I often think about how different moments are reflections of the past. Not to get too philosophical with you guys, but the information that you can absorb really is just a reflection of what you absorbed. And then once you've absorbed that information, you are really just an imprint of your past. And you can rearrange that to a certain extent. You know, you can make the most out of a situation, or, you know, if you grew up in a really positive situation, you can make the worst of a situation as well. And that spectrum will always exist. But there is a sense that even though you can reconfigure your circumstances, so to speak, there's always a limit of information itself. Why am I... for example, some of you were probably screaming through... the viewers were very frustrated with me that I was using a stone while I had an axe. And yet, through limitation, you could not communicate with me while I was doing that. And you can say, oh, well, yes, but that's a limit of the technology. And I say, well, sure, a limit of the technology to an extent, but also just a limit of time. I had acted in that way, and now, through no fault of anyone's own, besides myself in that moment making the mistake, there is no way to retroactively undo said mistake. The mistake, of course, being hitting a tree with a stone while I had an axe in my inventory. A mistake of efficiency, so to speak. I think here I'm going to immediately use the string for another axe. And we got some birch logs. The longest burning of the logs, and should last us the entire night. Light, Mr. Oven, please. Alas. Hopefully this oven will spread to that oven. Ooh. Making that mistake again. And that's all that left the hungry... That's all that let the hungry wolf in. But the wolf wasn't even hungry. Because it already had red eyes, no? That's not just a hungry wolf, that's a angered wolf. But I don't see how we could have angered the wolf. In any case, doesn't apply too much to now, but what I should prepare for the future is, what I need to prepare is the knowledge about the state of the wolves. I'm having a quick look online. Yeah, the wolf definitely wasn't beast mode, but he wasn't. Maybe I had punched the wolf. Very possibly I had punched the wolf without a weapon. Such a shame as well, because I was... Ooh. Just adjusting my chair there. Yeah, I was very caught up in what happened with the wolf, because if we missed that fishing night, we also probably would have been alright, so I didn't necessarily need to check the moon. And it goes to show, if you have a position where the moon can be easily checked, like here we're actually facing the west, so we can see the sunset. Very bizarre. Part of me does think that the more you've mined a stone, it is harder to then mine more stones. Which makes sense, because obviously the stone couldn't give you an infinite amount of stone, and you cannot break a stone block this way. You need to get to the pickaxe tech tree level. Another question that's prominent is we may start to actually move out. Because we'll need to, especially since we have such low food, we'll need to maintain, I will need to build our food levels back up, before we consider iron again. Although, we do have the 2 brick ovens, and all we would need is another 4. So getting a chisel might not actually be difficult. Okay, we're getting some daylight here. Five, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so if it takes 8, 60 divided by 8. Oh, that's not fun. 40 is 5, 6 is 48, 52. Wait a second. 240 seconds. Oh, 80 seconds. Oh, okay. So it okay. I don't know if I said 80 or 60 before, but if I said that 80 divided by 8 was a bit difficult, oh well, that's not entirely true for the base 10 system. Okay, we've got a creeper over here. Whoa! Man, I don't know how those, the damage calculation works, but the creepers seem to always do more damage if they are, if the explosion is from underneath. Here's a little breaker block policy. Bam. I'm not really ready to deal with another creeper again. Wow. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, some coal. Also keeping an eye out. There doesn't seem to be any animals. Okay. Okay. Ah. Ah. Oh my goodness. The luxuries of a shovel. Oh, I miss having a shovel. Unfortunately, not a lot of cobwebs were dropped last night. Oh, I did want a look at the village from this side. I also don't think that village just doesn't have a blacksmith either. Oh, unless it does by the well. I don't think so. So in any case, there's no reason to clear the village at this point in time. No. Oh my goodness. These pigs have legs. They can run so fast. It was very good when I had a wolf. I do think that the wolf trade-off was particularly efficient. Okay. There's no use there in the ash blocks. Having the leaves burnt away is a little nice. Oop. Okay. Right, and let's get this second one going. goodness. Okay. Well, if we're good, we shouldn't need to be relighting the brick ovens that often. Oh. Okay. I guess that's the issue with respawning in an area where you're quite commonly where you've been before. It's that wolves are genuinely already very hungry. Oh no. Oh my god, it's a Gloom Knight. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Well, I mean, we stayed out to kill the wolf, and we got enough back probably to make up for the sprint back, but my goodness, I find myself just, yeah, careless, I guess. Although I guess I just have paranoia about wolves now. So some quick maths. Given that it takes 80 seconds to cook a piece of food in the brick oven, we'll get 10 hits, 2, and then for every 10 hits we can go and change, because it takes roughly 8 seconds to break the stone here. Awesome. Oh, and they already cooked anyway. Alright. Okay guys, well we're approaching the hour mark here, and I think I'll sign off. So it was a busy-ish day all in all. For the most part, obviously we started off quite optimistic. We found out like ovens again. You know, a little bit of a silver lining to the beginning shenanigans, the respawn and whatnot. We processed a little bit of what we learnt from the wolf. Basically just be very careful around leaving windows open and stuff. And the truth be told, I have been careful in the past, making sure that I always cover up on blocks. I was just in a particular situation where I was a lot more concerned with making sure that I could catch the moon than anything else. And I think what we learned is that survival is definitely the priority before survival's definitely the priority. Oh, we don't want to break that one because that will be just the entryway. And yeah, so we did a little bit of hunting. We found a lot of sheep, which was quite useful, and we're cooking up food now so that we can go on a big expedition. We're probably going to need to leave this area in general. One, because the food's already been scavenged. Like I've already utilized most of the food in this area. And there's not too much else for in way of chickens, which means that the spiders aren't going to be attacking anything during the night. There were some chickens over that way, and we can go and check in the morning how they went, how they progressed. Oh, the moon's up there. Yeah. And our next steps are probably going to be finding a little bit more iron. Obviously we'll probably travel out a distance until we gather a lot more food, and then we'll probably camp out there for a day, search around for some iron. Once we gather the iron, then we'll come back here, and we can have this as our forge area. I think will be beneficial in the long run. Alright, when we get to morning, I'll break this dirt, and then I can go and pick up all those pieces of dirt. Oh. No, still can't refuel yet. Okay. Alrighty, guys. In any case, that's it for this episode. We are making progress. I think we're learning a lot about the Better Than Wolves narrative. And thank you guys for coming along with me. Make sure you've subscribed. Please hit that like button. And I'll see you in the next episode for some more action. Bye for now.